This seems a bit light for a TBR. I do have another book on my TBR on Kindle, but I expect I'll be reading some other books too. This will be my August TBR. Hello, my name is Jim. This is my booktube channel, books, reading and stuff. First on my TBR is this, Linden Falls by Joshua Hershey. This is Christian fantasy. I haven't read Christian fantasy since I was maybe 8 or 9 when I was reading the Narnia books. The author sent me a physical copy of his book. It's independently published, and it's the first time I've received a physical book from an author, so that's quite exciting. August is Women in Translation Month. I'm not so excited about this book. This is Rafflesia by Alice Dodgson. Alice Dodgson is a pseudonym of a Georgian writer. I'm not so excited because this is a Georgian bestseller. It's translated by Ekaterina Machtidze, who translated this, The Secret of Another Desert, which I ranked as my worst book ever. So Rafflesia is the name of a flower, the biggest flower in the world, but it smells like a corpse and it's pollinated by insects. There is Dato Turashvili, who wrote Flight from the USSR. He's quite a famous Georgian writer. He did write in the beginning and he recommends it. I read Rafflesia in one sitting. In the end, I kept silent, sat with a gloomy face, and then I smiled. I can definitely say that Alice Dodgson has written an amazing book. I don't know, I'm not holding out a lot of hope for this, but I wanted to read something for women in translation, and I wanted to read another Georgian book that's been written in English or translated into English. August wouldn't be August without Garbaugust, and for Garbaugust I've got Peter Benchley's Rummies. Peter Benchley is famous for writing Jaws. I have my Sharkbait t-shirt on. Rummies is not about sharks, but it's about alcoholics. Everyone knows that New York book editor Scott Preston is a lush, except Scott Preston, so an alcoholic in denial. Double vodka for breakfast doesn't mean he has a problem, right? Well, we know. And also wildly funny, playboy. So I think this qualifies as garbage for Garbaugust. I did check with Ollie that Peter Benchley qualifies for Garbaugust, and he said yes, of course. So here's my book for Garbaugust. And then I have on my phone, using the Kindle app, Sudden Death, which reflects badly on the screen, by Rachel Lynch. I read 2 books by Rachel Lynch last month. I really like her writing. If you're looking for a police procedural set in the Lake District of England, this is very good. She gets you invested in the characters, and the police detail feels very authentic. The forensic detail, again, very authentic, right down to the mortuary wax and everything. This is the 10th in the series. 11th book, Silent Bones, is coming out tomorrow, the 27th of July, and I did a review of that because I had the e-arc. If you're looking for a police procedural, I'd recommend any book by Rachel Lynch. It's the whole D.I. Kelly Porter series. So those were the 5 books on my TBR. I expect I'll be reading more. Any books I'm currently reading in July will carry over to August if I don't finish them in July. I'm currently reading this, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, which was the Goodreads Choice Award last. It's about these 2 computer game designers, Sadie and Sam. I've read 88 pages, so I'm still near the... I'm also reading City by Clifford D. Seamack. I'm halfway through it. It's a collection of stories that have been brought together as one novel. It's about the dogs taking over the world. Clifford D. Seamack loved his dog. It starts with the humans moving out of the cities because they have these atomic-powered helicopters, and hydroponics, so they don't need the farmland anymore, and they don't need to congregate in cities together because they can go wherever they want very easily with these atomic-powered helicopters. But as they start drifting apart from each other, they develop agoraphobia, and the dogs start getting smarter, and there's some experiments on dogs. I won't tell you any more about it, but it's a very fascinating story. I read this first when I was a teenager, and so it's a reread for me, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm also reading Lovely Bones, which I'm reading on the Internet Archive. Lovely Bones is about a 14-year-old girl who's been murdered, and she is the narrator of the story. She's watching it from her heaven. It's a YA novel, and it's quite an intriguing premise. I read My Name is Red by Orhan Pamuk, where the first victim of a murder starts the narration but doesn't continue all the way through the book. I also read The Book Thief, where the narrator is deaf, but this is the first time I've read a book where the narrator throughout the book is the victim of a murder, and it's interesting so far. So that's my August TBR. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these, what you think of them, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.